Hey everybody!
I'm Adam!
I'm Sir!
And I'm Will. We are
Working Title!
We're back for Fullmetal Alchemist, episode 35, The Shape of This Country. Last on, Sam met his bae, the Ice Queen.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Sloth. I was like, he's not really my bae. He could be my bro.
Sloth's right over there.
No fucking way. Pain is a pain. Pain's a pain.
Yeah, we didn't meet the Ice Queen. We met Sloth. We got to see Roy Mustang's buddy, who also got sent up here. A couple other really cool characters, honestly, that I really like. Is that
Miles, the Ishvalan guy?
Yeah, Miles is really cool. Even Chainsaw Guy's pretty cool. Buccaneer. Yes, let's go. I knew it. So I'm very excited to just hop into it because I've been thinking about what's happening.
It sounds like a red vs. blue character named Buccaneer.
Buccaneer?
Yeah.
He would be a red.
Guys, if you enjoy our content, make sure you leave a like, punch the subscription button, notification bell's right there, leave a comment down below about what you thought about our reaction. If you want to see the show 1 week in advance, check it out on our Patreon. There'll be a new thing on there, not really sure. It's not a market substitute. Go on whatever anime streaming service you prefer, watch it over there, come back to YouTube, watch your boy's reaction, alright? We're gonna punch it. BAM!
Now you get to see the Briggs way, kid.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Sorry guys, there's subtitles every time.
The Briggs way?
That's right. Come, Alchemist. Give me a hand.
You got the other chick in there?
Brother!
Yeah.
You too, Tin Man.
Hey, hold on. We can't just...
Whoa.
Bro.
You were forced to help us under duress. How does that explain for you? Who's this?
He's an old friend of
What the
mine.
fuck?
Ah, it's an
Tiny.
evil too.
Yes.
Tiny.
Hurry! Don't spill any. Look at you.
I love they're forcing them to carry gasoline. Or oil or something.
Drive it into the elevator!
Can its density be pushed? Yes, it can. I didn't know if it was gonna not be able to move at all.
They're able to move Envy.
Yeah. Thought he might be like the Juggernaut or something. A non-liftable object.
He kinda is. Oh shit.
Ooh, he's pretty close to it. Oh, he's pretty close to it. Oh,
Nice.
okay. Okay. Not too heavy. 3 tanks heavy. That's not gonna stop him, yo. He literally just crawled through the earth. Unless he'll forget. He might not be annoyed down here.
Where am I? Whoa.
He might not have been annoyed. Now he's gonna be annoyed at the pain.
Nice.
Okay, what next?
Yeah, how are you planning to get this big guy through the gate exactly?
Stink.
That's how.
Whoa.
Bro, she's so scary.
I love her. I love her.
I don't understand why they aren't exploding.
Hey, one more!
We're out of ammo. Well, in that case,
Do it yourself.
Oh, smart.
Doing his job. Doing his job. Best he can.
There you go.
Yeet. Get tossed.
that fuel is specially blended for the cold. It'll vaporize almost instantly, and as it evaporates, it will sap his body heat. This blizzard will help too. It'll freeze him right down to his brain.
Damn.
I low-key feel bad for this dude because he's just kind of like a big child. He's like Gluttony, but hasn't killed anyone.
Glad he says 3 words. I can never understand what the fuck he's saying.
Yeah. Y'all I'll keep an eye on
You can
him.
sleep there until spring, monster. All right, Buccaneer. Now take these two away.
Sir!
Hey, hold on a second. We helped you. Why are you doing this?
Keeping
You were
secrets.
forced to. That was just the excuse you needed to
Who's
run
the other
Briggs.
person tied up?
Besides which,
Pullman.
I'm not letting you.
Why are they tied up?
Because he's a
This
buddy
is
of theirs.
affiliated with
What
them.
that thing was.
They work the same job. Ice picking, Shifty.
Shifty.
It's so cold. Restraints.
Good morning. Nice change.
Yeah, they're just lovely.
Is he reading?
Hey, you two
Yeah.
sleep well?
I guess, considering.
This guy looks like
A Yu-Gi-Oh character.
I heard you
Seth
helped defend
Green.
the fort from
That's what
that
I was gonna
monster.
say.
That's 100 cents.
You're charging me for this?
Everybody is. Stop drinking their coffee.
It's the North.
We sent a party down to investigate the hole. They should be back any time now.
It's like, hey, you want to borrow my shirt? That would be $50.
Yeah.
Is he hurt?
Hardly. He's there visiting a
That
soldier
book,
who was wounded
each and every
by a
single
scar.
word, 5 cents.
Scars in the north now?
Oh, here they are.
They're awake.
Thanks for yesterday.
Yeah, you saved our buddies' lives.
I'm impressed. You guys stick together. You really seem to care.
Well, here at Briggs, we have to look out for each other.
You saved our pals back there, so that makes you our pal as well.
You wanna let your pal out of here then?
And some
No,
respect.
not allowed to do that. Sorry.
It was worth a try, I
Yeah,
guess.
it was. Yeah.
Apparently, they didn't find any sign of Scar's body at the site. He
Oh,
could
right.
always be holed
Oh.
up somewhere near
Hey,
Brotherhood.
wait.
That's true. Interesting.
Wait.
First a search for a strange black and white cat, and a search
Because
for
Kimberly
Scar.
works for the military?
Yeah.
Frick.
All right. You can leave Scar to us and focus on getting better.
Hold on a sec. I want you and your people to stay out of this. The Ishvalan is mine to hunt down.
Has Kimberly met
I hate
the
to
boys?
tell you this, but the soldiers of Briggs
No.
won't let
Frick.
a serial killer roam around free. Here in the north, the law is survival of the fittest.
Oh!
You get careless and you get dead. Understand? You tell me what to do again and you'll never leave this house.
Bitch! Did you hear
This case
Kimberly
is
say,
ours now.
the Ishvalan is
Briggs
mine?
Branch will
Yeah.
take care of everything.
I don't want this guy to die.
Yourself.
I'm not gonna lie, he's already like a top tier character for me. I'm gonna be very pissed off if they just off him.
Ishvalan, that's interesting.
Mostly by aesthetic, but
Yeah.
Hello, Kimberly. And how are you recovering?
this is the guy we were talking about who was talking to Roy.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
got here quickly.
He's in charge of Central.
Trying to get better at
Came as
this.
fast as I could. I was worried about you.
These are what you're really worried about. Isn't that right?
Very good. Now we have work to do.
I'm not exactly in great shape at the moment.
No problem. I brought a doctor who knows alchemy. And we have the stones.
Another
as well.
Armstrong? It looks like
You'll
Alex.
be fine in no time.
You've seen him before. Yeah.
Have I?
He was there when Wrath was made.
Alchemy seems to be pretty complicated. This Dragon Pulse business is especially confusing.
It's about the chi of the land.
What do you mean by the chi?
I'll try to explain. Basically, it's an energy that exists in all things in this world, like rivers of power
The
flowing
Force.
through it. Those
Yeah.
rivers are far-reaching. They touch everybody and everything. All you have to do is understand how that power flows from where it enters and where it leaves.
Chakra.
Easy to affect
I love
just
it.
about anything.
Just about anything, so the body too.
Yes. It could be your back
Oh, frick, dude.
My leg!
or else your
Why did my eyeballs hurt when you pressed my neck?
Dr. Marco, you should take better care of yourself. All the power in your body is starting to stagnate.
He's an old man.
That's it, is it? The theory behind your remote transmutation.
Then alchemists don't use the dragon's pulse?
They do not. They use energy from the movement of the Earth's crust. A great deal of energy is created and released during earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. That's what fuels our alchemy in this country.
place ever since I got here. I noticed it especially when we were under Central. I can tell that there's energy flowing under my feet.
Oh no.
But it doesn't feel like it comes from plants or
no.
Oh God.
Frick, the tunnels.
people squirming around.
People squirming around.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Maybe more the chimera creatures.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Or like a literal army, I don't know.
It's huge. A platoon could fit through the hole. It curves gently and then continues on for a long way. But there were no signs of anyone in it.
Lower some horses.
Yes, sir.
And I want to see the Elric Brothers.
Train tracks.
This is a serious tunnel.
I still can't believe that an intruder was able to get this far through our defenses.
So has anyone else ever made it into the fort before?
No, not in all the time I've had command here. But once, nearly 20 years ago, there was a strange incident where the mountain guard was attacked in the middle of winter. Apparently, a mysterious woman stole food and supplies for a full month.
That's really funny because my mind went to a Zoomy, but I was like, it's not gonna be a Zoomy. And I thought of Avatar, where that lady like steals children under the earth, the
We're
bloodbender.
safely away from any prying eyes.
What?
You can tell me everything without fearing discovery. And I mean everything.
Spill the beans.
Don't hold anything back. Yesterday I asked you about that monster. Remember what you said. I can't answer. You refused me. And that, even as a hint, is a dangerous thing to do. I told you to answer my questions fully and completely. At great peril to yourself, you neglected to do so. I think there's something you're trying to hide, and you'd risk your lives to protect it.
Yeah.
Something or maybe someone. This time, don't lie to me. I want the truth.
We need your help, General.
Can you trust the two next to her though?
The Philosopher's Stone. Homunculi. Führer King Bradley. A mysterious man called Father. Corruption in the senior staff.
There are hostages involved as well.
Your childhood friend, the automail engineer, and all Mustang's men. We've done some joint training with Eastern Command over the years, so I know Officers Hawkeye and Havoc. And I'd hate it if we lost either of them. I would like to help them.
And, what about Colonel Mustang?
Oh no.
Yeah. I couldn't care less about him.
An old
Just
flame.
as soon see him fall from power. That
Oh,
would
boy.
eliminate another rival. Never mind him.
A
The
rival.
question is, what do we do next? This tunnel here. I would like to know what you alchemists make of it.
There's train tracks.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Like, when were those made compared to when the beast stomped through?
This is just my guess, but I'd say chances are we'll find it's dug in the shape of an enormous circle.
Why?
It has to do with alchemy. In our field, a circle is the symbol used to control power. We need to look at this more closely. Lieutenant Foreman, can you list the major events in Amestris that were accompanied by bloodshed?
By bloodshed. What are you getting at?
Ishval.
What, they just...
First, there's July 1588 in Rivier.
Okay, Rivier. Next.
October 1661, the Cameron Uprising. February 1799, the Soapman Incident. There in Fisk. March 1811, the Wellesley Incident. October 1835, the First Southern Border War. What's known as South City.
We said
Then
it.
in 1911,
Said it.
there was the Second Southern Border War in Photoset.
What about Pendleton in the west?
Man, they really got the geometry
There's
perfectly
been
aligned for
fighting
this
in
crap.
Korea. A lot of soldiers have died. And then, later in 1914, there was the Lior insurrection. There were many casualties.
What?
An insurrection? But why?
I don't understand. I exposed the fake priest in Lior, and I reported it to Eastern Command immediately.
Yes, you did. but the Central Forces came in and ran out the troops from the east.
So what we gotta do is go to the only areas on that circle that haven't had bloodshed and make sure it doesn't exist.
Back to work, Fullmetal.
I don't know how you do that.
Alright, fine. And now, we just connect the dots.
How many do they got?
How is that possible?
Come on, y'all.
That's what Maze Hughes discovered.
From the fifth laboratory.
Is that so? The Philosopher's Stone ray that draws power from human lives? If they make a Philosopher's Stone with something this huge, how many people will have to die?
Once I asked Envy if the homunculi were planning to use this country to create a Philosopher's Stone. But he just laughed at my question. And then he said, no, that was not it. Close. Earlier I had spoken to Edward Elric. I told him that maybe he would be able to find the truth hidden within the truth. 3 truths. First, that the ingredients for a Philosopher's Stone are live
Killing
humans.
people. Yep.
Second, that there is a group of beings seeking to create an enormous stone.
Yep.
And third, that they plan to use the entire country as a transmutation circle to make it.
Yep.
But even all that doesn't explain everything. Ultimately, what is their motive? What is it they're really trying to
And that's
do?
where I've been for like 15 episodes. I don't know.
But you can't let your search lead you to the Philosopher's Stone.
Yep.
By combining the information I have with your knowledge of alchemy, we'll figure out these notes somehow, I'm sure of it.
Wait.
Is it possible we can take the book to Jing?
The first of the conflicts happened in 1558.
Right. It was just after the founding of Amestris.
They attacked Rivier. That was the neighboring country at the time. And then the military. Wait. That's it. It was the military. They were involved in all of it. Each incident was a coup d'etat or insurrection, like in Lyon.
Every single step of the way.
And they would make everything worse.
It's been going on that long?
We kept growing. Our country started out as a small nation.
And we're in like
but
the
we expanded as we
1990s
took over
or something,
more
or
and more
1910s.
Yeah.
So at least like 500 years of bloodshed, something like that.
So that means not only are they planning to use this country to do whatever it is they're doing, but they actually created it in the first place for that single purpose.
My country.
Wait, so like the country's as old as the bloodshed started?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Frick! So they just built a society for this. That's
Before he was
crazy.
killed, he must have seen the transmutation circle. He was serving in the court-martial office. He had all the information about the military incidents. He would have known that something wasn't right. That must be why he...
Died.
Oh. But do you really know the ones you serve or what their true plans are?
And you have the arrogance to assume you're the one who's in control of it.
Don't be a fool! I mean, it's all a ruin. I've already doing what needs to be done.
So long ago.
I do not like this. As far as I can tell, there's only one place left. If you're right about your
Fight.
theory, the next place they're going to hit is right here in
Fight.
Briggs. Those bastards in Central. What kind of dirty plans do they have for my fort?
Oh.
General, you're needed back at the fort. Lieutenant
Battle at the
General
wall.
Graham from Central is here to see you.
It looks like our time's already up.
Excuse me, General Armstrong. I'd like to ask a favor of you. Do you think you could con some information out of General Raven?
Oh, this kid, man.
General Raven, sir. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask you to wait.
No, please don't worry about it. It's my fault for dropping in like this.
General Armstrong should return at any moment now. This way.
Oh, and as you can see, I brought a guest with me. If it's not too much trouble,
Oh!
please be so kind as to show him around the fort.
Don't,
I
dude.
appreciate it. Thanks, Major Miles.
Come on.
I don't like this, man.
I hate this.
Make my skin crawl.
I shouldn't have said that like the guy. I shouldn't have said it.
That was the first thing I wanted to do when I got my body back. But now, even that much may be out of reach forever.
You'll have all the apple pie you could ever want. We're going to get our bodies back, and the monsters who have been messing with our country for all this time are going to pay. Just you wait.
I apologize for the chaos, sir. We were attacked yesterday.
I think it's most appropriate to call it a monster. But fortunately, we were able to fend it off.
A monster? What do you mean?
We killed it, but it didn't die, sir.
Is that so?
I suspected that it originated in Drachma. But the Elric Brothers... Didn't I mention? The Fullmetal Alchemist and his brother are here. I found it disturbing. They seem to know about this monster, but they wouldn't talk. Obviously, if we have a state alchemist doubling as a spy for Drachma, that's a serious problem. I've locked them up. Perhaps you'd like to speak with them.
Certainly. They won't tell you anything?
Correct. They said they came here to research living transmutation or something.
What could be more suspicious? I distrusted them instantly.
What?
I had thought about torturing them to get the information, but I am a woman after all. The thought of hurting those boys.
Let's just say I couldn't stand it.
Now that's rich. She would have tortured you in a second.
But General Armstrong, aren't you known as the Northern Wall of Briggs? Walls aren't so soft as that.
You know, General Raven, at my age, most women are expected to have had a child or two at least. Unfortunately, I'm well past that now.
Come now, surely men are lining up to have children with you.
Hardly, sir.
It's a weird way to put it.
Like everybody else, I'm growing older.
And my body is too.
That Drachman monster, though, it had an outstanding body. An immortal body. Like something from a dream.
Undercover
I
homunculus.
told you that very soon it wouldn't be a dream anymore.
Reel him in, boys! Reel him in!
Tell me, General, would you be interested in a legion of immortal soldiers?
Dude, this guy.
He took the bait.
This guy, yeah. He said it before, so one of these guys has said that before.
And that was episode 35, The Shape of This Country.
It was a good one.
One of my favorites.
I like this one a lot.
Solid.
Not got closure, but like full confirmation
Somebody's in on it now,
of
too.
everything I've been like feeling.
Right.
Now it's out in the air for the characters to suck in and breathe in and dissect.
I was so mad when you were like, when Hughes died in like episode 10, you were like, what could he have figured out? Like maybe he figured out that it's like a whole transmutation circle on the map. You walked away to go to the bathroom after the fact, and me and Adam looked at each other and were like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way.
Haven't we gotten confirmation on it already though?
No.
This is it.
Or just me just patting myself on my own theories?
Well, yeah, that's just you patting yourself on your own theories.
Okay.
I mean, well, the initial thing was that he was looking at a map.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
had that. He was looking
Yeah.
at a map, but at that point, like, we didn't even know, like, the human transmutation circle exactly, like, what it was, what it looked like.
Yeah.
You didn't call that exactly, but you were
I feel
saying...
I feel like I got more solidified when we got to Xerxes.
Yes.
And that's when I got a little bit more comfortable with that. And I felt like it was pretty, like, set in stone.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like, even seeing the thing that the ice guy did in the very first episode, the water alchemist guy, because he wasn't doing the same thing, but I mean, it was something similar where over a city,
He made a circle.
He made a circle over a whole city to destroy and
send
kill
all his ice.
That's true. I forgot about that.
I also love how I always say that it's like, oh, that was the most like not important episode, but they always like go back and reference it because that was like the moment where it was like, you don't know what you're fighting for, you stupid kid. You're just a dog of the military. You don't even know what they stand for.
Yeah.
And this guy, I mean, they never fully state that he figured out what they were doing, but he knew that they were up to no good.
It's funny because somebody said in the comments that guy, he had a Philosopher's Stone, and he said lust gave it to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
So,
because at the end,
somebody said it in the show or in the comments?
no, in the comments, and they said because at the end,
spoiler. Huh?
no, and at the end of the episode, lust says something like, "What a fool! I can't believe we gave it to him." Yeah.
I do remember that.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's we've talked about it quite a bit about the first episode being a little bit forgetful, just because how it's
misplaced.
No, I think it's a fair placement. I just think it's not the best grabber in terms of a pilot, because everything after that's a lot more intense or memorable. Because the second episode has the boys with their mom
losing their limbs,
which is like that's like the draw in for oh wow. And then the third episode goes to Lior, not super memorable, and then the fourth episode's the dog episode, so more memorable, but not a part of the main story, or like the grander scheme yet, other than chimeras. So you kind of forget about the first episode. Like anytime I really think of it, I just think of the guy who had giant icebergs flying through town. I forgot about the whole circle that he does.
Yeah.
Which I guess I wonder,
because he drew.
I don't remember the episode though. How did he do that? Did he do he made his own points or something?
Yeah, he made circles, little transmutation circles all over the city.
Yeah,
and chalk.
And then whenever he used the Philosopher's Stone and activated it, everything lit up, and then the ice came from each and closed in on Central.
That's also the first time you see Father.
Okay.
In that episode, it flashes his face, like one of those moments where his eyes are closed and he looks up, and the circle lights up in the city, and he looks up, and then it gets destroyed, and he goes back down.
Yeah.
It's just his face.
Well, I don't want you guys to answer this, but I'm just curious how the process will take place. Like, if that guy in the first episode had to make, little divots to do a big circle with these blood sacrifices and locations, is the blood sacrifice good enough to be, a marker? Or do you have to make a big symbol kind of like the prison where they built our armored soldiers or whatever, where they built one of the stones down that prison, how that had a giant circle around it?
Yeah.
But they have to literally draw in Briggs and Lior and Ishval.
Yeah.
I wonder.
I guess the only problem is that the first one happened in 1588 and now we're in 1914 or whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy too. So if you don't need a circle, but the blood remnants, or whatever you want to say, that has bleached the earth is a good enough marker, I feel like you almost can't do anything about it unless you kill Father at this point. You just got to kill the people who are trying to do it, because if the stains are there permanently, I don't think you can bleach the earth's blood. How are you going to get rid of the... They said the Ishval blood was so thick that the sand absorbed it all, and now it's under the earth. You can't do anything about it. So what you're gonna do is start pouring bleach into the earth and hoping it cleans up the blood down below. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you gotta take out the heads of the people trying to do this, I feel. Or just hold off for the time being, hope that the Brig army can combat whatever forces come this way for bloodshed, and hope the boys can keep on. We got so many episodes. We still got another half of the show
40,
to get through.
40 or more.
And I don't think Father or Hohenheim, whoever's in charge of it's dying anytime soon.
Yeah.
And if they do, then I don't know what the show is going to be doing.
I want to bring up what May talked about. Her with the whole dragon pulse. That's in their body they're talking about, right?
Everything.
It's everything?
Yeah.
It's like the Star Wars reference. It's like the Force.
Oh,
it's
I look like a full Saiyan chakra.
Well, the reason I just went to the Force is
similar to
just the energy that's in everything, the frequency that your body works off of, the frequency your microwave has, and gamma radiation and lights and cloth. Everything has
energy.
A similar energy about it,
a flow.
And when you're when you know how to tap into it, you can transmute it.
Yeah.
Which honestly, weirdly, makes more sense than the Force for me, because the Force is you can grab through the air and then you reach across and lift things. Where I feel if you just understand the material, you can make it do what you're bidding. I don't know. For some reason, the transmuting feels like it makes more sense than is it telekinesis?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, that's me.
What and also what Dr. Marco brought up. How
Yeah,
alchemy
so-
works. It's
so-
the crust of the earth.
Yeah, well, they were saying...
Yeah, hold on, that was weird.
Yeah.
So, from Alchemist's point of view, they're using the energy of the earth as a whole. Be living life, even like non-living life, there's an energy that flows through everything.
Yeah.
Alchemy is stating that they're using the energy that is
From
given off from
earthquakes and volcano
earthquakes,
eruptions.
Like
volcanoes,
destructive properties.
Yeah, or the crust, the plates of the earth moving.
And May was like, that's bullshit.
Well, she said it felt like, I don't know if the word sacrilegious was used, but she felt like it was almost like improper,
Well, but it was more so the fact that in her time in this country, she says everything has felt weird. And especially at Central, it feels like there are living things crawling beneath the earth.
Yeah, so I don't know how to draw lines to certain things. I don't know how the things she's been sensing presence from, how that would have to do with where the alchemists of this nation get their energy. Like, I don't know how to combine the earthquakes and how they get their energy and combine it with the things underneath. Like, I don't see right now the lines, but it's fine. I don't want to dig too deep.
You don't?
No, I'll wait for the show to just kind of hit me with some
I was going to
stuff.
throw an idea out there, because I genuinely don't remember what's going on right now, but I was going to say, like, remember the father canceled out alchemy in that area.
Yeah,
He's
another
able
thing
to
I don't really
control it.
understand. I still don't really have a direction with that, which is nice. I don't want to have to figure out. I don't want to have to figure out a giant homunculus circle or whatever again. Sometimes it's nice to kind of just be hit by it.
Yeah. Dr. Marco also referenced the 3 truths.
Yeah.
He told Ed to find the truth within the truth, and there were 3 truths that he wanted to let him know.
You need people or sacrifices in order to make a stone. You need. There are people out there that are not really people, but living creatures created from the stones.
They're made of some stones, and then they're also actively trying to make stones.
Yeah, beings trying to create power that are like made from power, and then lastly, wasn't it like something about the bloodshed in the circle?
Yeah, it was essentially that the military is causing all this
everything.
Blood sacrificing to be happening.
I think the biggest revelation for me this episode, because they've already talked about that, and I kind of knew the circle thing already, was the fact that it's been a generational thing. Like, I know that Father's old and ancient. I know he was probably the one who did Xerxes or Hohenheim. We'll figure that out one day. And also the fact that Greed was like 200 years old when he met the Fuhrer, who's like a 50-year-old man. So I guess it just didn't hit me, the fact that it can be a multi-generational thing. Like, I kind of just... While I was on board with what Hughes figured out, I thought it might have to be like an immediate thing. Like, only as far back as Ishval. I thought Ishval was like the first Bloodstone, and that was where the starting point was. I didn't think things would predate that, because I thought the Ishval War wasn't too long ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
Like, maybe get it done like a 10-year span or something. Not like 500 years.
Yeah.
Where the blood is drenched and gone.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
It's been happening since the beginning. Since the moment this country was birthed.
Yeah. Kimberly made it to, I guess, an outpost first.
Yeah.
Close to Briggs, where Archibald and Friend went to threaten him. After he so openly stated how much he's trying to hunt an Ishval. And not really just because he hates Scar, but because he loves the idea of killing Ishvalans. Our boy...
Racist as fuck.
Our boy...
Miles
went at him. I'm scared for Miles' life now, because Kimberly then went from the outpost to Castle Briggs, I want to call it. Can we just call it Castle Briggs? Wall Briggs?
Sure.
Castle Briggs.
Wall Briggs.
Castle Briggs. Castle Black. He showed up, and Miles is a little nervous, and so am I. Meanwhile, Olivier is not with us. Well, I guess, Sloth. We dealt with Sloth.
Yeah, we defeated Sloth.
Froze him.
Fell in love with Olivier. Bringing that tank down below.
Yeah.
Trying to make that thing go through. No freaking way. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like...
Badass
she's
bitch.
like, get the fuck out of my way!
Yeah. I still wonder how Sloth operates, if it's like it seemed like once he got down there, he might have been okay to not have to worry about. Like, he might have just busted through the door and walked away on his own. I don't know. But now he's frozen, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
For now. Happens to be a fire guy just showed up.
Yeah, and then Olivier took Fullman, Buccaneer, and the two boys down into the tunnel to be alone, so there's no prying eyes or eavesdropping going on for them to spill the beans. And they told her everything. The people being held hostage, the Mustang crew being separated, the homunculus, the Philosopher's Stone,
Fuhrer.
the Fuhrer.
Why the fuck is nobody mentioning the railroads there?
Honestly, I didn't think of it until you said it, and then I could only think of that.
Yeah.
Well, first Olivier knows Havoc and Hawkeye. She doesn't like Roy. She doesn't like Roy. I don't know if that's a competition thing.
Yeah,
she did say that.
She said he's a rival, someone I would have to deal with eventually. So
she's trying to gain power as well beyond this place.
Yeah.
That's ambition.
She's prideful for the country too. Like she loves and cares about the country that she lives in.
That's what she said after she heard that. My country is doing this.
That'll be exciting to see how that manifests because there are a lot of people that are striving for the top of a mistress. So if I had to guess where the story might go, if we wrap up this part, like the mistress section of the story relatively soon, maybe the bad guys will have to relocate and try to attack Zing, while in the meantime people like Roy and Miss Armstrong fight for the vacuum of power in this section of land. I could see happening. But a lot of things have to happen before that even comes into fruition.
Yeah.
We still have to see if our heroes can even pull this off. The railroads. You brought it up. I thought it was weird, and then I realized how weird it was because Sloth just created the hole.
Yeah, he's been digging.
So who was
and
there?
There's already railroads there.
Did he tap into a railroad and just made his job easier? Was somebody tailing him and then they retreated? If I had to guess, it's not super conspiracy. It's just that he found a railroad and it worked out easier for him, and he kept on building off of that. Maybe a dead end for a railroad. If it's not that, though, maybe railroads are a means in how they do part of the sacrifice. But I said nukes last episode.
You did say nukes.
Kind of just as a joke, but I don't know what would be the thing that they would have to transport.
So they have to sink Jacinto.
Let's go.
Huh?
That's a Gears of War reference. Gears of War 2.
Gears
That's the best Gears game.
They dropped a city on like the aliens that lived underground.
Yeah. You've never played Gears?
I said this last week. You asked, and then I think you only heard Will say yes.
Damn. These games are awesome.
Yeah.
And then Armstrong, or
General Raven showed up.
Ed had given a request that she could egg on Raven to give out some information. So they go above, they bug the room so they can hear what's going on, and Armstrong puts on a sweet lie that she's old, she's beyond the age of having children, she missed out on her opportunity, but Sloth had a strong, stable, good body, and Raven fell hook, line, and sinker for, would you like to be a part of leading or helping found a legion of immortal soldiers.
Now, you were talking about Raven, I think, an episode or two ago. So he's the guy who was talking to Roy, right? And when Roy said, that's what you meant by the Fuhrer.
So, So remember the old man with the mustache?
Yes.
The old mentor. He said that Raven was like his
prodigy.
He was. That was one of his guys.
So he trusted.
So
him.
he was like, yeah, if you need help with something, Raven's the go-to, and that's when he was like, yo, I think the Fuhrer's a homunculus, and the guy's like, ha ha ha, that's funny.
Silly.
And then open the door.
Open the door, and then every high-ranking officer in there was already in the know, and they're like, oh yeah, what about? And the Fuhrer walks in, what about me being a homunculus, huh?
Yeah. Now follow up.
Yes.
Didn't Raven also say the exact line today to somebody else? Who was it? Who did he bring that up to? Was that to the Fuhrer? No, that would have worked.
Army of immortal soldiers. I don't remember who
he brought up that same I have an opportunity for you kind of thing, and I don't know who he said that to.
Did he say it to Roy?
I thought he did. I thought he said it to somebody in the main hub.
Was it not Kimberly?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
That's why I thought it might have been Roy, because
he just ran into Kimberly the first time just now.
Yeah.
I think it was Roy, because I think that they said something about... No. I think the old man, when he was talking to Roy, had stated that he had heard of people talking about immortal soldiers.
And he was like, I don't want a part of it.
Yeah.
And
then they
pushed
sent him
away.
away. They sent him away. That's what it was.
They sent Raven away.
And no, the old man with the mustache.
I don't remember.
They pushed him away.
He had
and they demoted him too.
He had basically heard the same spiel that General Armstrong just did. But he was like, that's crazy. Why would anyone want to do that? Or why? That's not even possible. And they're like, all right, send you to the east. You're not a part of Central.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right.
how it
Okay. I knew I had heard it from somewhere. I was like, that they've said that exact quote.
Yeah.
So maybe they were hoping she would take on the next Sloth or something. I don't know. I don't know if there maybe Pride. If there's not, maybe there's not a body for Pride yet, so they have to find a body for it.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta remember too. It's like
Lost.
There was like True, Lost.
Sorry, what were you saying?
There's like 20 high-ranking officers, like generals, lieutenant generals, whatever, like that were all in the know of this homunculus thing. Not all of them are homunculuses, so we don't know like what each individual role would play. You know what I mean? So we don't know what Armstrong could be if she was offered and genuinely took it.
Yeah.
But she has now gotten this man to fall for all of her tricks, and he's about to spill the beans to her if she says yes at this point.
Well, I don't think she'll take it. It would give her one up in society. I don't know if the homunculus can exist, though, without the father.
Padre.
I was just thinking it'd be funny if she took the lost gem, and then Roy burned her as well. Gets 2 lost kills in one lifetime.
No, we need her to stay as Lost.
Yeah, well, that's the, like, I wouldn't want her to die.
We need her to stay as Lost if that's the case.
Yeah, good episode. I don't think I have anything else to say on this particular one. I'm excited because things are getting hyped here, and I like this place, and I like these people.
Banger after banger.
Wall Briggs.
Yeah, I like this place more than a Mistress, like the main hub, you know?
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that place. This is just more my thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, and just a funny little thing. Their teacher snuck into Wall Briggs. How funny is that?
Okay, yeah, that is crazy. In my mind, so I don't know if it'll get cut out of the reaction. When we went down to the caves, all I was thinking of, because I recently had just watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, towards the end of the season, they go into the dark woods and they hear stories of folklore of an old lady or whatever, or like people are going missing, and I just thought of the Bloodbender lady who was down below.
Oh, I've seen that episode.
But I also, the Bloodbender lady kind of gives me the same like crazy vibes as like Azumi, so all I was thinking of was Azumi.
Yeah, so one of the previous episodes of the 2 we watched last, you guys were talking so you didn't hear it, but when they were walking to Wall Briggs, they were like, man, they had said something along the lines of like, man, I can't believe Teacher survived for a month up here.
Yeah.
You know, when they were walking in the snow before they fought Buccaneer. Like, I can't believe Teacher survived for a month up here. And then that's when, now they just brought up the story. Yeah, there's some crazy woman that was attacking and stealing supplies for a month. And then that's...
Well, what's crazy about that, too, is they showed a visual back when we met Azumi about her going into the mountains.
Yeah.
Because there was that thumbnail we saw with her and the bear, and I was like, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
So now, what if the bear is Olivier?
Actually, Olivier.
Because she was depicted as a bear, so Azumi and Olivier might have fought at one point or another. That would be awesome. I will miss Azumi. I want her back. She's the true Lust. Now, I don't want to degrade her like that. She's like the true bae of this show for me. Olivier's like a number 2 right now.
Riza Hawkeye's up there.
Riza's 3. Lust is 4. The original Lust is 4.
Guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, the comments. Tune in for the next Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood reaction, and we'll see y'all in the next video. We're gonna punch it. Bye!